there's been actually quite a few missing persons lately, so it's
No, we're seeing that, and the world's full of that these days. So yeah, my best friend came by the other day, and thank God he did. Thank God I called him, and he did come by. But he hooked me up with a guy named Jared Tubbs. It was like a K9 guy, retired, and he's the one that said get a hold of Yami Virgin, and so we got Selena Garza's number. I called her, and she's the one that got Abel involved.
okay.
So yeah, and I'm very thankful for that, and very thankful for you guys.
Yeah, no, he's a great resource for me, and I mean, he's former FBI, so
Yeah,
he knows
yeah.
his stuff.
You're good, I'm rolling.
And like you said, you'll just stay looking at me.
Okay.
Go ahead and just start with your first and your last name, Chris.
My first name is Christopher Antos.
And then spell both of them.
Christopher, Christopher. Last name Antos, Antos.
Do you want me to call you Chris or Christopher?
Chris is fine.
Chris is fine? Okay, perfect. So walk me through what happened last Tuesday.
So when I left, I noticed, I noticed some sadness the night before with Shana, and then Tuesday morning, I kind of noticed the same thing, but we kind of got up. It was pretty much a normal morning. We woke up, we started moving around. She asked me what time it was. I told her 6:20. She got up, she made coffee. She asked me if I wanted iced coffee, and I said no, just regular coffee will be fine. And then I just was walking out the door to go to work, and I just asked her if she would do laundry that morning, and I walked out the door and noticed, a look of sadness in her eyes, and then I went to work.
Where do you work?
I work at Temperature Pro of San Antonio.
Is that far from here?
It's about 40, I'd say a 45 minute travel.
And does she work?
She does not work.
Okay, so she'll typically stay.
Yeah, she stays here, she, like I said, she goes back and forth from the laundromat to here, and that's usually about, the most she gets out during the day, whether,
How far is the laundromat?
100 yards.
Okay, so, and you left for work about 7?
Yeah, when I got in the truck and turned my truck on, it was 7:10, and I timed that just because I kind of gauged on what time I'm going to get to the office or whatnot.
Okay. And then when did you realize that she wasn't here?
I came back, I had a job down the road that I had an install crew working on installing an air conditioner, and then I had another sales call at 2 o'clock in New Braunfels, so I had some time in between, so I came by here just to check on her and just because I had time to kill.
And then when she arrived home,
She was not here.
and what did you do?
I looked around, obviously, and then I said, well, she's not in here. Everything was normal. Her cigarettes were outside. Cup of water was outside full. So I said, well, maybe she's doing laundry. First I went to the bedroom. She went in bed. So I looked around. I was like, well, the laundry baskets are still here, but I still went to the laundry room and looked around up there, came back here, and was like, this isn't normal. I was like, it's not normal. It isn't. So I hung around for a few minutes, and then I got in my truck and I drove to the Biggs station, which is, if you pull out of here and take a right on 46, there's a shopping center there. So I drove through there just to see, if she was wandering around. Didn't see anything, came back here, and I was like, okay, things aren't right. I got to call the cops. So I called the cops, and then I called her father and started the process.
And you were saying that she usually doesn't leave home unless it's with you?
Correct.
Okay. And again, tell me, any reason to believe why she would leave home on her own?
No, not, other than, no. I mean, there was some darkness the night before with her in her past, and there's some spiritual warfare stuff there that I believe, was taking place, but I don't believe that. I just don't see her walking out of here in shorts, t-shirt, and flip-flops. It's hard for me to believe when nothing was disrupted inside or in the outside area. So there was some sadness there. I won't tell you that there wasn't, but I don't see her just leaving and not walking back. It was hot. So.
Can you be a little bit more specific about the sadness she was going through? Did y'all have an argument?
No, just her past. We're believers, of course, and I think there was some issues that she had, mentioned to me about, just her past and things that she had done, and being, I don't think that God obviously forgives everybody for their sins. That's what we go off. I think she had a hard time believing herself or forgiving herself for things in her past, and it's dark, just some darkness,
Is she depressed?
There was depression involved, yes, without a doubt.
And a cell phone? Does she have a cell phone?
It was all here. The Comal County Sheriff has it now. They're going to try to get a little bit deeper into it. So they have that, but there was no texts or no phone calls that we could find where there was anything. Yeah, her phone was here, her keys were here, her wallet's here, dog was here. She loves her dog. Maisie's that's the only baby we have, and so it's very odd. Depression's powerful, but at the same time, she had a lot to live for and a lot to believe in. So,
describe her to me. Characteristics as well.
She's a great person. My mom that just left. I mean, we spent January at my mom's house for a month, and my mom was bedridden. But pooping on herself, and Shana did it all. Shana took care of her. Shana figured out how to get the bed lowered for my mom. Shana changed my mom's diapers. Shana wiped my mom's butt for a month. Shana's got the biggest heart in the world. And depression, was there a little bit, but she's the greatest person in the world. I just don't think that she quite realized it.
Yeah. Was she taking any sort of medications or seeking out help too?
No.
Tell me what she looks like. What was she wearing the rest of the summer?
She's about 5'6". On the flyer that I put out, it's about 140. The flyer that we put out, 130. I put 140 pounds on it. She's probably more like 130, probably a little bit less than that. She was wearing light pink wind shorts, not hot pink, light pink, and a white V-neck T-shirt like the one I'm wearing now, and black flip-flops are the only shoes missing from the house. So that's what I would have to say she's wearing.
I saw on the flyer it said her hair was brown, but it almost looks blonde.
Brownish grayish.
Grayish?
She's dyed it before. There was she had dyed red, but I would go with brownish grayish.
Okay. So since you've called the cops, what have the last few days been like? Searches? What are they telling you?
They haven't told me anything much. We had to go to the sheriff's office yesterday to get approval for Texas EquiSearch to start a search, which they did come out and fly drones Thursday morning between, I would say, 4 and 8 or 9 o'clock. So they came out and did that process, and to go any further, they had to have approval. So we couldn't get in contact with them. They couldn't get in contact with them. So me and her father drove to the sheriff's office yesterday and finally sat down with somebody, got approval, got an email sent to EquiSearch to, hey, you can move forward with helping with the process.
Okay.
And then of course we're involved with Project Absentist that is helping us with the process as of now also, which was connected through another media company. So there's several people involved, and it's out there, and
So as far as the search goes, the extent of it, it's mainly just been drones.
Drones and foot patrol through local areas, high traffic areas that we can think of, but nothing major on the ground that, horses and dogs. We're surrounded by private property, so obviously that's a challenge as well. But nothing on the ground has been done. We've gone behind Walmart and Spring Branch and traveled a couple of different areas, but nothing major on foot, to find her if she's under a tree or something like that. No.
Does she have a car?
It's here.
Okay.
Did she have anybody that she would confide in when she was feeling low?
No, me.
You were the only person she would.
Yeah, I mean, she's got family back home that she could have. I don't think she did much, and we talked, but yeah, nothing. No one here, no one in the area. Her past. She grew up here, but her past is in the rearview mirror, and so there's no one here. Her mom lives here. There's some contact between them, and obviously we're in contact with her, but there's nothing significant. And then, like I said, nothing on the phone that would suggest that she was reaching out to people or anything like that.
There's a Facebook group. More than 400 people are part of it. They're all talking about what or may have happened to her. Are you part of that?
I'm not on Facebook, but my sister is. Everybody involved with the search is. So yeah.
They're very, supportive, and they want to help. I mean, is there anything right now that they can do to help you?
Everybody, I just really want you. First of all, I want to thank you all for being engaged in this process. It's an overwhelming amount of support, responses, just people saying, hey, we're out there, we're looking. We've had a couple of possible sightings, nothing significant, but so I want to thank everybody, and I want to ask everybody, please do not stop the fight. We're not giving up. It's a process. We're going through a lot of entities that we have to be engaged with, that people just can't necessarily go do things. So we're not stopping. The fight is still there. We're not going to stop until we know something about where Shana is, or until she's home. So I'm asking everybody, please do not stop. I'm putting updates on Nextdoor. There'll be updates on the Facebook page. Shana's missing. Anything that we can get out of people, but just please don't give up, and we will be putting updates as to how people can help, and we'll do them as soon as we can. And please forgive us for the lack of response. It's hard. There's a lot of phone calls, a lot of messages going on. So I'm asking everybody not to give up. We're not giving up. It's going to keep going on. We're Tuesday through Saturday now. It's terrible. It's not going to stop until we know something more about Shana.
Ultimately, who's the one keeping you from having just regular people assist?
No one.
Oh, okay. So like the sheriff?
Well,
Or,
I would say, yeah, Comal County. Yes, I understand your question now. Yeah,
Yeah.
Comal County, and I asked them to, do the phone activation, but these, private companies that are nonprofits, Project Absentis, I was able to sign a waiver through them. They were able to do that, but EquiSearch had to have approval from Comal County. I got them that. Another company, Texar, they needed approval. I got them an email, but to expedite it, they had to have a something through their voice activated thing through their website. I couldn't get that pulled off, but I just need, definitely law enforcement has to, they're private companies, so they have to have something to say, hey, you can help. They have to cover their tracks as well, and not get themselves into a legal position, which we all understand.
Okay. What would be your message to Shana?
I love you. Please come home. We want you back. Please come home. Just do what you got to do, baby, and keep up the fight and stay strong. We are looking for you. Please come home.
What's the best way to contact you, or who should people be contacting if they
911, first and foremost. A lot of people don't believe that. They want to know who's involved, but 911, if you have any information. My telephone number is 210-529-4124. So 911 and my telephone number, or any of the social media outlets. But guys, if y'all see Shana and you think you see Shana, call 911. That's obviously the best thing that anybody can do, is call 911.
And tell me again, just say your first and her last name and spell.